Would throw here, stands back near his own end zone, fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it! He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40, he could go all the way! Oh my goodness! So we must have had Ellen Meyer the previous one, so Abby Haig tournament. Now here is a pitch, Snidey gets it, he'll go down in the backfield! Oh! So Francisco Rodriguez will take the corner kick, bending it in, a header and a goal! Chances for the team taking the corner. This one is bent in, a header, and it's off the goal post and in! And the Cardinals Marty. Now a play in the middle, again pushed over. Monticello getting a little tentative here. Schlichting will down it. Here comes St. Cloud getting behind the defense here. Longnecker trying to make the shot. Lewis is battling Recklin Ellingson, and here the 4-0 lead over Alexandria. The Spuds get a lead pass up ahead. Here's Tyden Bergeson in. Backhander is safe. Time. Now we've got a runner. That doesn't go. Brown with a defensive rebound. Outlet back, a 2-on-1. Nice dish inside to Thielen along the left block. Turns around. Shot doesn't go. Rebound to Miles Gray. Outlet ahead now to Mason Witt. Our 4-event week on our latent media stations, including KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube, wraps up this afternoon with high school boys hockey live from inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. The Alexandria Cardinals face Section 8 AA rival Elk River Zimmerman. Elk River coming in at 7-4 on the year. Alexandria has also played 11 games on the year. The Cardinals are at 5-6. The varsity drop of the puck will be coming your way as we get closer to the bottom of the hour. Estimated start time 1:30. It might be a couple of minutes in front of 1:30 as the varsity players are warming up on the ice right now. Just a reminder for our KXRA listening audience, our Saturday Swap Shop program is being preempted today due to our broadcast of Alexandria boys hockey coverage. Swap Shop will be back on our radio airwaves Monday afternoon starting at 1:05. This is our pregame show brought to you by Jottner Motors of Alexandria on KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. KXRA Alexandria is People Radio at 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, and audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. Integrity Title of Alexandria is our signature streaming sponsor of our live video stream of this game and all of our play-by-play broadcasts, or virtually all of them, throughout the course of the 2025-26 school year. We have Rexford Sweetwater as our KXRA radio studio engineer. J.P. Boleen is behind the scenes, if you will. He's our videographer today for our Alexandria boys hockey coverage. And the people that will be describing the action include myself, Dave McClurg, a.k.a. DMAC. And we've got Jeff James along with us from the Prime West Health RCC. Jeff, good afternoon to you, and great to be reconnecting with you. I hope you and the family had a wonderful start to the new year. I know we just talked to each other on Monday night when we were here for Alexandria girls hockey, but the Alexandria boys hockey team is going to try to crack the nut, so to speak, of beating a Section 8 AA rival. They've had a few opportunities so far, but haven't been able to come through with that first section victory. And they'll have to be on their game today. Elk River is a pretty solid team, especially with some of the guys at the top of their forward lineup that can put the puck in the net.
Absolutely, they are. I guess what you could say is there might be your Moorheads of the world, and then there's, you know, your Elk Rivers, your St. Michael Albertvilles, and those are some of the top teams in the section, and this is going to be a tough test for Alexandria today.
But still, the Cardinals looking forward to the opportunity. Right. I think there is a small benefit of playing at home. They did not have to worry about getting up early and getting
Yep.
on to board a bus and everything like that. And, Alexandria, actually, 2 nights ago, the Cardinals hosted Sartell, and I did not have the opportunity to watch or broadcast that game because Russ Henricks and I, along with JP, were up in Fergus Falls. But that's a 3-2 game early in the third period with Sartell in front and, kind of up for grabs. And then it's interesting because I think Sartell scored 4 goals on 4 consecutive shots or 4 goals and 5 shots in less than 2 minutes of game time. The 3-2 advantage becomes 7-2, and it's almost similar to the surge that Alexandria's girls had against Duluth when we were here the Friday after the start of the new year.
Yeah, and those things happen. It's a long season. Those things happen. You get a little bit out of sorts, and I wouldn't be too worried about that. But the big part is how do you shake it off now? How do you just look at the next game up? Because Alexandria's got a pretty tough schedule the rest of the way as well, meaning a lot of their games are on the road here in the second half, and that's not easy to do no matter who you're playing. So this is just a big one to try and take care of what we can take care of here at home.
Elk River and Alexandria will be playing on the ice in just a little while here inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Again, for our KXRA audience today, no swap shop. The program preempted due to our broadcast of Alexandria Boys Hockey today. Jackson will be hosting a radio swap shop show on KXRA Monday afternoon at 1:05. We're going to take our first break here during our Jartner Motors pregame show. When we return to the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center, you'll hear my conversation with Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Cardinals, after we enjoy these words.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us. Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving.
I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western, you can bank on us.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
We welcome you back with more of our broadcast coverage from the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. This is our Jartner Motors pregame show prior to a Saturday afternoon matinee. The Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey team is hosting Elk River Zimmerman, now a common rival for Alexandria in Section 8AA. The head coach, Dr. Landon Olson, is joining us right now for our Cardinal coaches' comments, a feature brought to you during our pregame show by Alamere Health. And Landon, I know we talked a little bit before starting up the recording. I want to go back to the last game of calendar year 2025. It was a Monday up in the Fargo-Moorhead area. I knew that your guys were playing West Fargo Cheyenne that day. I think it's the third straight year that Cheyenne and Alexandria have been on each other's schedules, but I was kind of fired up to hear that you got to go into the great outdoors to play a game, old-time hockey, if you will, being at the forces of Mother Nature. But about 2 weeks or so removed from that game experience and everything, how enjoyable was it for you and the Cardinal players?
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. You know, you don't get to play outdoors often anymore, and I think we just embraced it. It was cold. It was game time. Temp was like 6 above with a little bit of a wind chill, but we handled it really well. You know, I think we got kind of like the excitement of it out in warm-ups, and then after that, it just turned into another game. And overall, it was a really cool experience. For me as a coach, and hopefully it was for the boys too.
I know that I saw some of the quotes from different people that played in the game that, you know, once they got warming up and they're getting shift times on the ice, they're working up a little bit of a lather, so obviously the temperature is not quite as much of a factor or anything. But as a coach, Landon, where you're behind a bench during 3 full periods, did you have extra avenues of warmth, if you will, to, you know, because you're not getting onto the ice during that game?
Yeah, I don't like being cold, so I brought a lot of clothes with. We all did. We all stayed really warm. You know, we brought, I brought probably 40 pairs of hand warmers, so if anybody needed them. My wife luckily threw in some electric hand warmers, which worked out really well for the boys because we could just lay them on the bench, and then they stayed warm for the whole game. And anytime somebody came off and their hands were a little chilly, they could just grab that, instantly warm them up. But no, I mean, I was worried about the cold. Like I said, I don't do well in cold temps, but stayed really warm, just had some good clothes on.
Regarding the issue with daylight, you shared with me a little bit off the air, but during warm-ups, I understand the presence of the sun was a factor, but, you know, the sun does keep moving throughout the course of the day. So once you got into the, 2:30 area for the game and the remainder of the afternoon, did any players have any issues with looking into the sun or things like that?
No, in warm-ups it was pretty rough. The sun was directly at our crease, and throughout warm-ups it moved towards the corner a little bit. We realized pretty quick why their coach said they wanted the south bench, because they didn't have to deal with the sun. But as soon as puck dropped, the sun was fine. We were lucky that the game was delayed an hour. The game before us, Marshall couldn't get there on Sunday night, so they had to come up Monday because of the storm. So everything got pushed back an hour. Otherwise, I think we would have had some issues with the sun. Probably would have had to switch halfway through the third period, maybe even halfway through every period, just to even it out. But no, we didn't have any weather issues. It was a nice sunny day, great day to be outdoors.
Landon, this past week, as your team got back into the Central Lakes Conference portion of the schedule, Alexandria split the 2 games. You got a win down at the Wilmer Civic Center on Tuesday night. I know Wilmer made a coaching change from last year to this, and I know Wilmer had racked up a few victories early on, and now they're getting into the depth of their conference schedule and everything. But ultimately, what did it take to get a victory down there?
Yeah. Wilmer, they got a really good goalie. They were really well structured. We get out of the first period, we outshoot them 24-2, and we end up with 1 goal. So we're kind of coming in, we're like, okay, we had a good period, but we need more. Second period, we just got in some penalty trouble. Third period, we really poured it on again. But overall, if we go in and maybe instead of 1-0 after the second, we're up 2-3-0. I think the game goes much differently. There's a much different vibe at the end of the game too. But end of the day, any win you can get is a good win, and there's always stuff we can learn from them.
Your Cardinals had the opportunity to host Sartell on Thursday night here at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center, and you were sharing with me, really in a lot of ways that the final score of the game was deceiving in light of the fact that Sartell ended up winning 9-3. But I think after Harlan Ream got an early third period goal, your team was only down by 1, so obviously with some momentum. But how bizarre was it to see an onslaught of goals and as quick as Sartell was scoring them? I think you mentioned basically about 90 seconds to pump a number of shots in.
Yeah, that game, it was just some ebbs and flows, and we get out to an early lead 1-0, and they tie it up at 1 after the first, and then they get another power play goal to make it 3-1 going into the third. But I felt like we were playing really well, honestly. Second period, we didn't have a lot of shots, but we weathered their storm, and we had some confidence. And then Harlan comes out, we score 2 minutes into the third, and so then we had a lot of belief. It's like, okay, 3-2, we're here, we're fine. And then, that was at 2 minutes, 24 seconds into the third period, and by the 4-minute mark in, we were down 7-2. So they scored 5 on like 5 or 6 shots there. Called the timeout, tried to just refocus. And I think we did a good job on refocusing. We ended up getting another one, and then they get 2 in garbage time. But overall, again, I really liked how we played, minus those 90 seconds of just some pretty downright bad hockey at that point.
Yeah, and it seems to me, because Sartell, I believe, has won the Central Lakes Conference title each of the last 3 years, if you want to be at the top of the league, you're going to have to find a way to knock off Sartell. If there is a silver lining, you do get one more matchup against the Sabres, and I'm guessing later on here in January, you're looking forward to that matchup as to how Alexandria and Sartell can fare at their barn.
Yeah, absolutely. For the CLC, they've been the standard for a long time. Used to be a big section rival too, and they're just a really well coached team. They play a really nice style. They play hard, they play fast, play with some skill, and they're a team that you want to emulate their success because they've had that success. They've been in our shoes, right? They were Class A for a long time, and then about 4 years ago, they got bumped up to AA. So they were directly in our spots now. So there's a lot we can learn from that team, just how they play, how they handle themselves, how it's a work trip every day and not just another game.
Our guest right now, as part of our Alamare Health Coaches comments during our Genre Motors pregame show, is Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Varsity Boys Hockey team. Today, the Cardinals are facing the Elk River Zimmerman Elks, and we've got play-by-play coming up a little bit later here in the 1 o'clock hour. Elk River is presently 7-4. I know that they've been doing well in their conference, which is the Northwest Suburban. The conference dynamic changed a little bit there. Maple Grove is no longer in the conference, having moved over to the Lake Conference to join St. Michael Albertville and some of those other schools like Minnetonka, Wayzata, and so on. But being that Elk River is now back on Alexandria's schedule for being a section rival, I can't recall the last time the Cardinals and the Elks played, but in youth hockey, does Elk River and Alexandria, do they ever cross paths all that much?
I really don't know. I know I played them growing up, but that was, a long time ago now. But at that time, the state was just one class for youth hockey. We played highest level was Class A. Now with Class AA and A, I think it's a little harder. Now that we're AA, I have a feeling we'll play them a little more. One of the best memories for me growing up was watching the Elk High School team, I think it was 96, play Elk River at Mariucci Arena in the consolation game of state. That was my first experience with the state tournament, going to it and watching, and really lit my fire a little bit.
Landon, I know that we've had a situation a number of times this year where your team is working to battle back. I think 2 of your team's 5 wins this year have been when the other team has gotten off to a 2-goal lead, and you gotta like that comeback spirit and everything like that. Now I think Thursday night and even on Tuesday night as well, your team was able to score first. But how important is it, especially when you're playing a team like Elk River or a team like Sartell to, get that early score and, build some confidence?
Yeah, it's always incredibly important. That's really been a focus of ours. We've had some really bad first periods. It's no secret. We talk about it every day in practice before every game that we need to come out firing. We need our guys to figure out what they need to do before a game, and so that when puck drops, they're at full speed. And in the last 2 games we've done that, right? Wilmer, we go out and we outshoot them. I said 24-2, 22-4, something like that. Sartell, we come out and we dominated that first period, and it showed, right? It just makes the game so much easier when you come out hard, come out fast and physical. So hopefully we can do that again today.
What will be some of the other intangibles that you'll be stressing with the boys as they get ready to get on the ice against the Elks?
Yeah, one thing we talked a lot about was just having like a lot of physicality in our game. Not necessarily big hits, but just being mean in front of the net, being mean in the corners, being hard to play against, not being pushed around. When it's your puck, and fight for every inch of the ice. The other big one today is discipline. I mean, they got a 44% power play, so you got to be disciplined and play within the rules, but have that little snarl in our game too.
Regarding a special team stat like you shared, how does that compare to the Alexandria Cardinals special teams performances in terms of power play efficiency when you've got it, and then penalty kill when you're trying to fight off the other team's power play?
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't looked at our power play and penalty kill percentages too much right now. Last I looked, I think our power play was like right around 18-19%. Our PK was like 85-86%, and then we gave up 2 against Sartell. 2 on 2 chances, 2 on 3 chances, so that dropped a little bit. But you always want a good power play and a really good penalty kill. Those are times where on the offensive side, when you have the power play, you hopefully score. And on the PK, when you can have a big penalty kill, you can get a lot of momentum and really swing the game a lot. So that's how, obviously we want a really good power play penalty kill, but we need to get some momentum from them as well.
Very good. Landon, best wishes to you and the Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey team today. Should be a fun matchup against Elk River Zimmerman, and as always, we appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited for today.
There is Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals Boys Hockey team. Our pregame coach's comments during our Jartner Motors pregame show are brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here.
And the Zamboni has just left the main arena here after the resurfacing, so that means we're just a few minutes away from the start of today's varsity boys hockey matchup. Elk River at 7-4 on the year, challenging Alexandria at 5-6. The only meeting of the year between these two common opponents in Section 8AA. Elk River prevailed in the junior varsity matchup earlier this afternoon. Another marquee event going on today is over at Alexandria Area High School. The Alexandria Cardinal dance team competed in their own invitational earlier today. The Class AA and Class AAA competition started mid-morning at Alexandria Area High School. I believe that's in the process of finishing off, and now you'll have the Class A schools that will be competing throughout the afternoon. Teams from Minnewaska and Belgrade, Brewton, El Rosa, and other area schools will have their dance teams in town at Alexandria Area High School today. Our thanks to Jartner Motors for presenting our pregame show. Jartner Motors will be along to sponsor our postgame report later this afternoon, following our play-by-play. Right now on our latent media platforms, including KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
From inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center, Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey is on the air. Thanks for joining us for the broadcast today. Again, if you're listening to KXRA Radio, our Saturday Swap Shop program is being preempted. No Swap Shop today, but that will return Monday afternoon. Along with our videographer, J.P. Boleen, on location at Prime West Health Runestone Community Center, and Jeff James, I am D-Mac, Dave McClurg. The officials are coming out onto the ice as the arena is darkened prior to the appearance for the Alexandria Boys Hockey team. And the Elk River Elks will also be stepping onto the ice momentarily. Let's bring you the introduction of the starting lineups today, again brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. The starting goaltender today for Elk River will be senior Jack Stimmick. Stimmick is 4-3 on the year. His goals against average 2.43 and his save percentage is .900. The defensive partners in front of him will include Hudson Miller. A 6-point scorer is the senior with 5 helpers. And Joe Kotzian is also on the ice as a defenseman. 15-point scorer for Elk River with 3 goals and 12 assists. The top forward line for Elk River is dynamic. Every one of those players is almost near the 20-point barrier. In fact, Tristan Creech, the wing, is over 20 points this year. 22 points with 10 goals and 12 assists. He's joined on that line by Luke Petra, a 19-point scorer with 9 goals and 10 assists. And Logan Rusted, an 18-point scorer with 8 goals and 10 assists. Ben Gustafson is the head coach of the Elk River Boys Hockey team. The Elks presently 5-0 in the Northwest Suburban Conference with an overall record of 7-4. Here's your Alamere Health starting lineup for the Alexandria Cardinals. First of all, in goal today, junior Owen Bruder. 3-1 record, goals against average 2.5, and the save percentage is at .912. The starting defensive pair will include senior captain Nick Schultz, a 5-point scorer, all helpers, and he'll be joined by junior Connor Wang, a 7-point scorer with 2 goals. The top forward line for Alexandria today on the ice will be centered by senior captain Evan Klemick, a 10-point scorer with 5 goals and an equal number of assists. Brody Berg, another senior captain, will be on the ice, a 15-point scorer. He's the team leader in goals with 10. And also Bennett Waldorf joins that forward line, a senior who's got 2 points, including a couple of goals. Dr. Landon Olson is the head coach of the Alexandria Boys Hockey team. The Cardinals presently at 2-2 in the Central Lakes, 5-6 overall. Keys to this afternoon's game being brought to you by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. Coach Ben Gustafson mentioned to me ahead of our broadcast today, as I asked him about some of the keys to the matchup. He knows that his top forward line is quite offensive, and I say that in a positive way because they can put points on the board, but he'd like to see some secondary scoring step up today, trying to find that as the season goes along. He appreciates the way his team has been able to kind of establish its identity, trying to make it difficult for opponents to score. He'd like to see his team, especially the blue liners, do the little things like blocking shots and other matters along that lines. Meanwhile, for the Alexandria Cardinals, as Coach Olson mentioned as part of our pregame show a little while ago, play with some physicality, not necessarily be a bunch of hacks on the ice, but show some physicality while being disciplined as well. The Cardinals can ill afford to be taking a lot of penalties today because Elk River's power play conversion rate is almost 45% on the year. So those are the keys to the game, brought to you this afternoon by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. We are about to present the national anthem on our latent media platforms. Our anthem presentation is brought to you by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For any and all of your scoring needs, music needs, including voice lessons, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. And we will now have the presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. Again, our thanks to Carlson Music Center for being the presenting sponsor of the national anthem. Again, for your musical needs, including scheduling voice lessons, you can go online to the Carlson Music Center website, carlsonmusiccenter.com.
Let's hope they help us with our scoring needs.
Yes,
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure we would be singing some high praise if the Alexandria Cardinals can find the back of the net on a consistent basis.
I'll even sing. That's a scary thing.
Right. Well, if Alexandria can prevail and even shut Elk River out today, maybe I'll be inclined to sing during our post-game report later on. We could go into sing-song melody.
We might have to do a duet, yeah.
Oh, yes. Now that we talk about boo-boos, in a hockey sense. I think we kind of established earlier in the year, when you're on a power play and you end up icing the puck, we call that a boo-boo.
Boo-boo, yeah.
So having us sing on the air in unison after the game, that might be the biggest boo-boo that we could create.
Right.
So we will put that on the shelf for right now. Elk River, by the way, wearing the dark jerseys. Alexandria wearing the light jersey tops. Elk River's breezers are black. The jersey sweaters are black, red numerals, and then the ER logo on the front of the uniform. Alexandria wearing the white jersey sweaters, black breezers, the black numerals and nameplates on the back of the Alexandria jerseys. Both teams work the puck into the other team's zone. Alexandria will be flowing right to left in this first period of hockey. Now the puck kept in the Alexandria end by Elk River. Here's a shot attempt by Creech, and that got deflected over into the corner. And now Elk River will try to play it back in, but Alexandria will chip it out, and it's going to be played all the way to the other end. The goaltender, Stimick, will send a lead pass up ahead, and touch pass got passed into the corner, and Elk River not able to complete the successful transition passing combination. Alexandria now taking it. The forward line of Owen Clement, Grady Olson, and Will Thornburg is now on the ice for Alexandria. Now the Cardinals work it down inside, and a shot attempt, and is there a goal?
I think they're going to call it a goal.
The goaltender, Stimick, I think got backed into his own cage, and the puck crossed the goal line. I think Stimick's pleading for the officials, saying, I got it in front of me here, but I think one of the officials indicated a successful goal for Alexandria, so the Cardinals would take a 1-0 lead here. And
so I think what exactly they're going to say is that he initially looked like made the save, but he took his momentum in, and the puck can't be saved in the net. It has to stay out the whole time.
So in essence, kind of an own goal, and I believe it's going to be Owen Clement who will get credit for the score. He was the one who put the shot on goal. So a minute 20 seconds into the game, Alexandria takes the lead. So it may not have been the smartest decision by Stimick, the goaltender there for the Elk River Zimmerman Elks, but Alexandria scores on the first shot of the game, so maybe that's a harbinger of good things to come today. Maybe that threat of having JJ and I sing after the game might give the team some inspiration. Now Elk River is going to work the puck in, but pass gets intercepted. Grady Olson sends it across over toward Thornburg, and Thornburg will slide it in. Alexandria will make a line change, as we'll have the three line of Aaron Anderson, Miles Breitzman, and Harlan Ream coming out onto the ice here. Elk River has its forward line of Tommy Olson, Thomas McDonald, and Kane Christensen on the ice. Now the Elks work the puck in. Here's a shot into traffic that got deflected. Now a centering attempt out front got broken up, and Alexandria will play it back into the neutral zone. We are 2.5 minutes into today's game. Kind of a fluke goal has given Alexandria the lead at 1-0 as Owen Clement was able to work his way to the net, and the goaltender Jack Stimick was not able to keep the puck in front of him as the puck crossed the goal line with him on both sides of the goal line. So Alexandria has the 1-0 lead. Now here's a shot, and that got kicked aside by Owen Bruder, or the goaltender Bruder for Alexandria. Now back out at the point, defenseman Luke Hill tried to feed one on the net. It is going to be cleared out by Alexandria. Now the Cardinals coming back the other way. Right now you've got the Bennett Waldorf, Brody Berg, Evan Clement forward line on the ice for Alexandria. They are joined by defensive partners Roland McPhail and also Will Draper. Shot comes to goaltender Owen Bruder, and he will stop play. Actually, the puck deflects out, so we'll have a face-off on the left face-off circle from our vantage point, and off to the right of Owen Bruder.
And going back to that goal with Stimick too, it's one of those things where you're taught at an early age, shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's a good lesson for young kids listening or watching. Shoot that puck.
Yep, because sometimes you'll get the reward for it. So Tristan Creech and Owen Clement battling for the draw here. And the puck won by Elk River. And now the Cardinals intercept the pass, play it up toward the blue line, but Elk River will send it back down low. Nick Schultz, one of the defensive partners on the ice, along with Connor Wang for Alexandria. The Cardinals break out, flowing right to left. Here's a shot that gets deflected. Now the Cardinals, Will Thornburg trying to retrieve the puck over in the left corner here. Alexandria with a 1-0 lead, about 3.5 minutes gone by in today's game at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Here's a shot from the left wing by Elk River, tipped aside by Owen Bruder. Now Nick Schultz will carry it through neutral ice up to the Elk River blue line, and it gets played the other way by the Elks. Elk River will make a line change here. I believe the Carter Millis, Blake Rafferty, Will Jensen. Forward line will be stepping onto the ice. Now Alexandria works the puck out of its own zone. Connor Wang has it here. Now looking to muscle his way back through the defensive zone, and now he'll send it up toward teammate Harlan Ream. Ream will try to play it ahead toward Miles Breitzman, and that pass got tipped, but now it's taken here by Aaron Anderson. Over toward Ream, but the pass intercepted here. Luke Hill will skate up to center ice and drop the puck in. Evidently, he did not cross the center ice line because Elk River gets whistled for icing, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Elk zone.
Yeah, you know, this is a matchup this afternoon, D-Mac. I haven't seen Elk River yet, but they look very similar. I mean, they do. They're both good size. They're both quick. They play a very fast transition game, so this is going to be a good tilt this afternoon.
Yeah, and again, that the top three forwards for Elk River, the ones that started the game, Tristan Creech, 22 points, Luke Patron, 19 points, and Logan Rusted, 18 points. Now the Elks play the puck out of the zone, and now it's up into neutral ice, and we're going to have a stoppage because the net behind Jack Stimmick came off one of the foundations, so that will be reset. That does stop play with 12-12 to go in the first period. Alexandria 1, Elk River no score in varsity boys hockey. Again, for those of you normally accustomed to hearing Swap Shop Saturday afternoons on KXRA Radio, the program is preempted today. Swap Shop will return next Monday through Friday afternoon at 1:05 on KXRA. People Radio for people like you. Now the puck over into the Elk River end. It's going to be Evan Klimek sending it over into the direction here of teammate Bennett Waldorf, but now Elk River intercepts. Here comes Thomas McDonald up the right side, and he'll fire right on goaltender Owen Bruder, who will make the save.
Yeah, and like we've said, too, in the past, with these two teams, I think it's going to come down to depth, D-Mac. I mean, Alexandria has had some good opportunities, but they just haven't been able to really pull the trigger that much. But Elk River's really kind of hemmed them up a few times there.
Logan Dahlberg and Grady Olson battling for the draw, and the Elks keep it in the Alexandria zone. Now puck along the back wall behind Owen Bruder. And Elk River frees it up, sending it out toward Kotzian. And now that pass gets tipped. Grady Olson racing the other way. Kotzian will track it down as he'll play it over into the corner in the defensive end. And now the Elks try a little bit of a stretch pass. That gets intercepted. Owen Klimek getting to the puck here. Now it's going to be played up to the blue line. Elk River will send it through neutral ice and back into the Alexandria zone. We are now 6 minutes into today's game. It's Alexandria 1, Elk River no score. The Elks have 3 shots on goaltender Owen Bruder, and so far the Cardinals' conversion rate 100% with Owen Klemek's goal against goaltender Jack Stimmick. That's the only shot on goal for Alexandria today. Face-off coming to the right of Bruder as Creech battles Harlan Ream for the draw, and Elk River comes away with it. Here's a shot, and now a couple of jabs here. Owen Bruder sending it aside. Now Alexandria will play it up to the left or right half wall. Now another shot and a tip and a goal. I think it was Rylan Hansen, the defenseman, who fed it toward the net, and he had one of his forwards kind of off to the left of the crease area who tapped it past Owen Bruder. And this game is tied with 10:41 to go in the first period.
Yeah, there was a lot of good traffic there, D-Mac. Alexandria did what they needed to do except for tying that guy up on the backside. You have to have a man on that person, and I'm sure they'll look at that with some video and stuff like that. I know Coach Landon Olson does do video with the guys in between periods at times, and that'll be one that they'll look at.
The goal will be credited to Logan Rusted for Elk River, coming at 6:19 of the first period. 2 assists awarded on the play, 1 to Ryland Hansen and the other to Grant Schauer. And now Elk River comes toward the Alexandria net with another flurry. Play gets whistled down, and we'll have a face-off forthcoming. Again, as you're watching on our YouTube channel today, our thanks to Quality Real Estate for bringing you our instant replays. Looks like Alexandria is going to have the forward line, I believe will include one of the captains, Evan Klemick, another captain, Brody Berg, also on the ice, along with Bennett Waldorf. Now Rogan Anderson and Aiden Schneiderhan, I believe, are the 2 D partners out on the ice. Cardinals able to chip the puck back into neutral ice, and it's going to be sent back in as the Elks will change personnel. Schneiderhan gets to the puck. He's going to send it off the right wall into neutral ice, and it's coming back the other way. Luke Hill working in, and the puck is going to be deflected, and the play will be stopped. 9:48 to go in the first period, so we're a little more than 7 minutes in. It's a 1-1 hockey game, Alexandria and Elk River. Looks like Brolin McPhail and Will Draper will be the D partners coming out onto the ice, joined by the forward line of Grady Olson, Will Thornburg, and Owen Klemick. Now Alexandria wins the draw. Here's a breakout by Grady Olson up the left side. He's got it, looks to fire across, and the shot actually went off the side of the net. The centering attempt actually became deflected. Now it's kept in. Owen Klemick's shot attempt got blocked. Cardinals trying to chip away at it, and Elk River regains control. Here comes Luke Hill into the offensive zone. He'll slide it over to the right side. Now it's back out at the point. Shot attempt by Joe Kutzian goes a little bit wide. Elk River looking to keep it in. 1-1 our score in the first period. Now the puck worked around, and then the centering attempt broken up. Alexandria will come away with it. Will Thornburg up the right side, now off to Owen Klemick. Then he tried to send it to Grady Olson, and that got deflected. Now here is defenseman Connor Wang feeding it back the other way, as Alexandria will change personnel to get the Aaron Anderson, Miles Breitzman, Harlan Ream forward line onto the ice. Now Elk River will send it out of the zone up to neutral ice, tapped in by Tommy Olson. Now the Elks looking to set up in the Alexandria end. Here's a shot that comes on goal from Ryland Hansen, and Owen Bruder makes the save. He now has 9 so far today. Aaron Anderson will slide the pass back into the Elk River end. It's a 1-1 hockey game midway through the first period here inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. And now the puck back into the Alexandria end as Elk River looking to gain possession. Here's the centering attempt broken up by Harlan Ream. Ream going 1-on-3. Now Alexandria is going to bring some support personnel. Looks like the Brody Berg, Bennett Waldorf forward line with Evan Klemick on the ice here. Elk River with a deep surge, and the centering attempt again blocked. Now here is Evan Klemick gaining possession. He'll drop it back to Aiden Schneiderhan. Schneiderhan now feeding it over to his teammate Nick Schultz. Schultz will play it up ahead to the Elk River blue line. Now it's redirected back to the Alexandria blue line. Schultz dropping it off over towards Schneiderhan, now to Evan Klemick. Now here is Evan getting to the puck, working his way through the right face-off circle. A backhanded centering pass broken up. Klemick gets it back on his stick. Now it comes to Rogan Anderson over to Schneiderhan. He'll fire. That goes a little bit wide. Rebound kept in by Rogan Anderson, and then a centering attempt deflected by Bennett Waldorf into the slot area, but replayed the other way by the Elk River Elks. 1-1 our score here in the first period. Here's a shot attempt by Michael Jackson, and that gets saved by the goaltender Owen Bruder. Alexandria with the surge back the other way. Will Thornburg trying to handle the puck, and now Elk River pokes it off his stick. Grant Schauer will play it up ahead, and now we've got a deflection, and I think we're going to have it looked like a shaft of a hockey stick got separated, so they'll get that out of play.
$300 afternoon.
Yikes. So we'll have a face-off coming up in the Elk River Elk zone, as you'll have Owen Klemick battling for the draw. against Carter Millis, and Elk River comes away with it. Here's a pass up ahead to Blake Rafferty. Rafferty working in, and I think we had offside called on the Elk River Elks. Evidently, Will Jansen, he's trying to keep his left skate on the blue line there, and he was in the zone too soon, evidently.
Yeah, I think that's a close one. I don't want to be biased and say absolutely he was offsides, but he did. It looked like he did get back, but.
So the neutral zone faceoff controlled by the Alexandria Cardinals, and here comes Will Draper sending it ahead toward Will Thornburg. Now a pass gets intercepted. Elk River coming back the other way. Elks need to get back on side, and now Elk River will drop it in. Changing lines here as you'll have the Luke Patron, Tristan Creech, Logan Rusted, forward line coming onto the ice. Under 6 minutes now remaining in the first period. It is Alexandria 1, Elk River 1 in varsity boys hockey. JJ, Jeff James, and yours truly, DMAC, Dave McClurg, bringing you the play-by-play on this Saturday afternoon. Alexandria works the puck out of the zone, but it misses everybody, so we're going to have a call of icing and a face-off forthcoming in the Alexandria end.
Yeah, you know, the scoreboard is showing 12-2 in shots favoring the Elks, but you know, the game has been a flow back and forth. It's just been a few seconds at a time. Here's a shot and a save, but
right.
It's just been a few times where the Elks have really been able to kind of pump Bruder for a few shots where Alexandria is not getting those opportunities.
Creech was able to get the pass right away to Logan Rusted, and it was a save on the one-timer. Now, I believe the line mate that is joining them on the ice, Luke Patros. So my apologies to Luke for the mispronunciation earlier. Shot is deflected, and now it's going to be kept in by defenseman Kotzian. And now Alexandria will cycle it over toward the right half wall. Connor Wang looking to take possession of the puck. He had his stick held up, but still brings it across the line. Now sending it to Aaron Anderson, and then Elk River redirects the pass the other way. Under 5 minutes now to go in the first period. It's Alexandria 1, Elk River 1. Our scoreboard updates in varsity boys hockey today being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now here's a breakout by Alexandria. Evan Klemick up the right side, tries to drop it off for Brody Berg. Puck bounces into the corner. Bennett Waldorf trying to control it for Alexandria. Comes out top now to Schneiderhan over into the direction. And here's a shot fired by Evan Klemick. That goes a little bit wide. Now the Elk River Elks regain control. Working up the ice is Tommy Olson here for Elk River. Now he gets met along the back wall here by the Cardinals' Aiden Schneiderhan. Now the Elks play it up top. Now over into the left corner. 1-1 our score first period. Here's a pass across the slot area. A shot may have hit lead off the stick of Joe Consian there. And the Cardinals will play it up into neutral ice. Working the other way is Will Thornburg, sending a pass over toward Grady Olson. Grady Olson trying to battle one of the Elk River defensemen for possession. The Elks now come out of the zone. Blake Graff, or actually it's Tristan Creech working his way, and he got tied up a little bit. Shot went off target. Now another shot. This time Owen Bruder is going to make the save here. Again, Bruder getting a fair amount of activity coming his way. Already now 13 saves in about 13 and a half minutes of game time.
Yeah, and you know this first line is out there right now, and they transition pretty quick. I mean, as soon as that puck is on their stick in that defensive zone, they're already through the neutral zone and in on the defense of the Cardinals. So you got to be quick with this first line.
Face-off is won by Elk River. Here is Rusted. He had the goal earlier for the Elks, battling a couple of Alexandria players and one Elk River teammate in the corner. Puck gets played back out to the point. Now it comes across. Here's Rylan Hansen firing, and that one gets deflected after being saved by Owen Bruder. Now handling it is Miles Breitzman for Alexandria. Breitzman, Aaron Anderson, Harlan Ream make up a forward line for Alexandria. Now a loose puck into the slot area, and its turnaround shot attempt got blocked. And now Alexandria has a player that got spun around, and now a bouncing puck, and it's going to be kept in here. Here's a shot on goaltender Bruder, who ends up making the save. Now it's going to be worked over to the right side, and a shot attempt here by Hansen, steered away. Now Elk River puts another shot on goal. That got deflected over into the right corner. Now Kotzian again had his shot. That may have gone off the stick of one of his teammates and never found its way on net. Down to about 2 minutes remaining first period. The Cardinals involved in a 1-1 tie in boys hockey. Alexandria breaks out of its own zone. Now Bennett Waldorf will work it up ahead into the Elk River end. Puck gets slowed up for defenseman Luke Hill. He'll look to send it up into the neutral zone. Looks like the forward line for Alexandria includes Brody Berg, Bennett Waldorf, and Evan Klimek. They're out on the ice right now. Evan was trying to work his way in, and Elk River plays it back the other way. Here's a shot by the Elks, and the save gets made. Now the puck back into neutral ice. Down to about 90 seconds remaining in the first period. Alexandria scored first, and right now the Cardinals and Elk River Zimmerman are tied 1-1. Now a pass, Elk River gets it. Kotzian will come out of the zone here. And now his shot saved here by the Alexandria goaltender Owen Bruder. Bruder now up to 17 saves this afternoon. Here comes Grady Olson, nice weave through, takes the shot, and a save is made. Oh, what a beautiful move there by Grady Olson. Had the defender get sent to the ice, but no conversion. Elk River comes back the other way. Now here's Owen Klimek getting to the puck for Alexandria. He'll cycle it into the direction of defensive teammate Nick Schultz, one of the captains for Alexandria. Now Aaron Anderson able to come away with it across the blue line. He'll fire. That one got blocked. We're down to about a half minute remaining here in the first period. Alexandria and Elk River tied at 1. Now Aiden Schneiderhan crosses the center ice line and sends the puck in. Now it's going to be played along the wall. Miles Breitzman trying to establish some territory here, and the Elks play the puck back the other way. Now Alexandria trying to jab at it. Just a few seconds remaining. Looks like the first 17 minutes will be a deadlock. So we were tied at the start of the game. Each team was able to ring the bell one time. And after one, it is Alexandria 1, Elk River 1 in varsity boys hockey. Our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report will be coming up a little bit later in the 2 o'clock hour. We'll have that between the second and third periods of today's game. Let me remind you that you are watching today's contest on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Our thanks to Integrity Title for being our signature streaming sponsor of Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey coverage and coverage of Cardinal sports all throughout the 25-26 school year. This is People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. We're going to take a break. We'll enjoy some messages from our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters, then back with a game summary and chatter with my broadcast partner, Jeff James, right after these words.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community. As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
We are in between the first and second periods of high school boys hockey today on KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Alexandria and Elk River Zimmerman are tied 1-1. The host scored first, and then Elk River was able to tie the game up about 4 minutes after that. So we've been steady at 1 goal apiece since about 6.5 minutes into tonight's game. There I did it. Give me the kangaroo court fine there. So that's my first.
Right.
And yes, I always chide fellow broadcast partners, don't say tonight unless we're at least at 5 p.m. or later in the day, because it's still afternoon. But Jeff, I know that Alexandria kind of, I don't know if you call it a fluke goal, but maybe good fortune that Owen Klimek was kind of working his way around the net and put a puck on the net. And I don't know if it was a combination that the puck got lodged somewhere in the family jewels of the goaltender, Jack Stimmick, and then 2 cheeks were across the goal line near the family jewels, and the puck evidently was underneath, and the officials along the near side, one of the referees, indicated a good goal. So probably one of the more unusual goals that not only have I seen this year, but I've seen in many, many years of broadcasting high school hockey.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking a little bit off air, and it's one of those situations where momentum can have a big part in how you play goaltending, because it doesn't matter if you save the puck. Even if you make a really great catch and that glove goes across the line, by rule, that's a goal, right? I mean, it is. So I think where if Stemmick did make the save, I think where he might have made a mistake is where he was kind of nudging himself,
nudging himself away from
the line, and I think that's when the referee basically pointed his hand, because he's like, I'm not going to deal with that. Probably if he would have sat there, and let's just say the puck was outside the line, if he would have just sat there and came up, maybe we don't have one. But you know what? I say good job by Klimek, because shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot the puck. I mean, we only have three on the board, possibly 2. I'm not sure where we're at with that, but I think that's the one difference in this game, D-Mac. It's not that Alexandria didn't have any ozone time, but they just weren't getting the results that Elk River got. We had a lot of block shots. But Alexandria is getting in the way of Elk River shots too, but it just seems like they're still making their way to the net. So it's kind of a strange first period for me because I don't want to say that, obviously you're 1-1, so you can't take it as a complete negative, but it was a little strange. I think Elk River probably had the edge in energy. I felt like they were a little bit more physical. But we know from past experience that Alexandria is not necessarily a first period team, and to be able to say that you're 1-1 coming out, I don't get really tied up in the shots. It is a stat, it is a result of what happened, but I truly think that Alexandria didn't play a terrible first period. It was pretty good. Well, I wouldn't say good period, but it was a period that they probably needed, to get out of that first period at 1-1. That's a benefit for me.
Yeah, and another positive, I believe, for the third consecutive game, the Alexandria Cardinals scored first in the game. They did it down at Wilmer. In fact, never trailed in that 4-1 win on Tuesday night. And even though Sartell would emerge with a 9-3 victory on Thursday, Alexandria got the scoring started that night. So, it's interesting because it seemed like a lot of the first 6-7 games of the year, Alexandria was playing from behind. I think 2 of the 5 Cardinal wins have come where they've overcome 2-goal deficits.
Yeah.
So, I think this is the type of game if they and maybe we'll see Alexandria get a little more physical in the second period. I know that, Coach Olson mentioned as part of the pregame comments earlier, play with some physicality and, kind of carry a little bit of inner anger around the net, making sure that, that's Owen Bruder's house, and
right.
We're going to try our best to protect that.
And I don't want to crash on football too much here, but it is one of those situations, or even we've talked about this in soccer. You play defense that much, and, it's a bend, not break thing, but typically we break, when we're having that much pressure. So Alexandria just needs to get more results, and I'm not saying results by goals, but a little bit more offensive zone time. Give your defense a little bit of a break. Get some shots on net, because right now you're getting shots attempted, but you're not getting a lot of results out of it.
Scoring recap so far. Owen Clement got Alexandria on the board just 80 seconds into the game. It turned out to be an unassisted goal. Elk River would tie it up at the 6:19 mark. Logan Rustad with his 9th of the year. And then 2 assists were given on the goal. Rylan Hansen getting his 10th helper of the year. And defenseman Grant Shower with his 3rd helper of the year. We had a penalty-free first period, so no power plays and no PKs for either side. The official shots on goal, again, I consult with Justin Rube, the official scorer for today's game in between periods, and he indicated Elk River Zimmerman had 17 shots on goal, Alexandria with 2. So that means Jack Stimmick with a save in the first period, and Owen Bruder, busy young man between the pipes for the Cardinals, he ended up with 16 first period saves. So it's Alexandria 1, Elk River 1 in varsity boys hockey. Period number 2 on KXRA Radio, and our Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube follows these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Buildings.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey. Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Continue with our commentary here on our latent media platforms, and I know for the radio audience we might be a little bit off schedule right now, but we'll make that good somehow, some way. But we welcome you if you are listening to KXRA Radio or you're watching our live video stream today with the KXRA play-by-play on our Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. We're just about ready to start period number 2 with Alexandria and Elk River in a 1-1 tie. And for our audience, the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report will be coming up a little bit later in between the second and third periods of today's game. But Jeff, as we look ahead to the second period, I get the feeling just listening to some of your insight, you'd like to see more time, neutral zone and offensive zone time. I think Elk River seem to play with the puck a lot in the Alexandria. And, the good thing is Owen Bruder has actually, had a fine start to today's game and everything. But, you can't count on him for, getting 15 to 20 saves per period.
No, and I think the other thing that I think will be a focus coming out is really pound on those Elks defense. When that puck is in deep, you have to be putting some pressure on their defense because they are so quick at at turning that and transitioning out of their zone. When you're typically playing against, I guess you could say, a better team, I think we'll figure it out later here if that ends up being the case with the Elks. But you need to slow them down, and how you slow them down is by playing physical. And I really do believe that the Elks have been a little bit more physical than the Cards so far here. And we'll see. They're all coming back out on the ice now, and we'll see what adjustments have been made and how the Cardinals come out.
Well, I've never asked Coach Olson this regarding this year's team, but if you were to rank, what has been the best period for the team this year and what has been the period where the team has struggled the most, I would think period 1 would be the latter, and then maybe period 2 would be maybe among the former, that right. The second and third periods, it just seems to me, as I've observed them, and it's a limited sample size and everything, that the Cardinals do seem to play stronger as the game goes along.
Right, and it's one of those situations where it's not like the Duluth Stars that we saw here with the girls where you have to take a timeout to get them to start doing that, but it might be some conversation in the locker room, but yeah, and I think that's Landon Olson said it. He goes, I don't know what it is. Do we need to do something before the game a little bit better? What do we need to do? But, they're kids. And I think when you have a period like this, I think these kids are going to get it that they have to come out and play a little bit more, with a little bit more energy, a little bit more physicality. They have to do some things different, and that's the good thing about experience. You learn it, right?
Yep, exactly. So Second period, we'll have 17 minutes put on the clock, and we're just about ready to get the middle period of today's game underway. Alexandria 1, Elk River 1 in our varsity boys hockey matchup. We'll look forward to bringing you more Alexandria boys hockey. Some road trips as we'll be following the Cardinals to St. Cloud on Tuesday, January 20th. The following Tuesday, a road trip to Brainerd, and that's a late afternoon game, a 5 o'clock start up at the Essentia Health Sports Center in Brainerd. And then we'll also have more Alexandria boys hockey right toward the end of the regular season on Tuesday, December 10th up at Detroit Lakes. So I think JJ pointed out earlier, a lot of the second half of the Cardinal boys hockey schedule will be played on the road. Both teams skate 5-on-5. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, Elk River has the dark colored jerseys. Alexandria wearing the white jersey sweaters. Both teams have a lot of red and black in their color combinations. Here is a give and go, and the tip by the Elks. Joe Kotzian got deflected as Elk River was showing off that speed once again. Now Elk River regains control. Here's a pass that comes up the right side as right now the Elk River boys hockey team has the puck in the offensive end. Luke Hill at the point. He's joined on the ice by Joe Kotzian. Now you've got forwards Luke Petra along with Tristan Creech and Logan Rustad, and I think it was Petra that fed one to the net, and save made here. And we'll have a line change. Alexandria started the second period with the forward line of Bennett Waldorf, Brody Berg, and Evan Klimek, but right now it's the Will Thornburg, Grady Olson, Owen Klimek forward line on the ice. Elk River does win the draw. Hudson Miller is going to play it back. Now the Elks will work it around. Here's a shot by defenseman Grant Schauer, and the save made there. Now Alexandria regains control, playing a puck off the right half wall, and then Elk River will send it back in as Rogan Anderson and Aiden Schneiderhan are on defense on the ice right now. And here's a block as Owen Klimek blocked the shot attempt. Now he regains control. He'll fire a pass. Actually, I think it's a shot that the goaltender Jack Stimmick makes the save on. Now the Elks coming the other way. Carter Millis trying to drop it off for one of his teammates, and Alexandria redirects the pass out into the neutral ice area, and then the Cardinals try a stretch pass, and it ends up going to the other end. Icing is the call. Face-off will be forthcoming. Looks like the Tommy Olson, Thomas McDonald forward line on the ice right now, along with Kane Christensen. Alexandria will counter with its forward line, including a Miles Breitzman, Aaron Anderson, and Harlan Ream. And the face-off is controlled by Elk River. McDonald will cycle it around. Now jabbing at it here is Aaron Anderson. He plays it up to the blue line, but not out. Elk River will send it back down low. Now the Elks trying to establish their forecheck, but Alexandria regains control. Here's a pass from Breitzman up ahead toward defenseman Brolin McPhail. He'll then sweep it through neutral ice, and now it's going to come back the other way. Elk River's pass tipped into the Alexandria zone. We're now 2 minutes into this second period. Alexandria 1, Elk River 1 in varsity boys hockey. Our scoreboard updates today brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now the puck gets cycled around. Now out top, here's a tip in, and it's going to be a goal to give the visitors the lead for the first time today.
Yeah, it's a tough one because Bruder was moving to where that shot was going to be, and obviously there was a tip right out in front. And as a former D-man myself, you got to get those sticks off the ice. You have to be able to cover those guys. Get those sticks off the ice. Don't allow them to change the angle of the puck that much, because it was one of those situations where Bruder can't stop himself on the ice like that.
The goal will be credited to Tommy Olson of Elk River at 2:24 of the second period. Assist given to Luke Hill and Thomas McDonald, and for the first time today, Elk River has the lead. Now Alexandria breaking out. Will Thornburg crosses into the zone. He had the puck poked off his stick, and now Elk River will redirect and send it up the left side. Here comes Jake Jacobson for Elk River. He's on the ice along with Michael Jackson and Logan Dahlberg. I think it was Jacobson that took a pretty solid hit there. Now work being done along the wall to try to free up the puck, and the Cardinals come away with it. Here's Connor Wang sending it ahead, trying to connect with Grady Olson, and Elk River redirects and plays it the other way. We're now 3.5 minutes into the second period. Elk River in front of Alexandria in boys hockey 2-1. Now the Elks send it across. Centering attempt got intercepted there by the captain, Nick Schultz. Now a rink-wide pass goes into the direction of Grady Olson from Rogan Anderson, and that gets played back behind the Elk River net. Now the Elks regain control. Now one of Elk River's players, I think it was Luke Petra, had his stick tied up, and now Alexandria is going to get a shot, and the Cardinals are going to tie the game. So Alexandria able to work inside, and I think it might be Owen Klimek again for Alexandria.
Yeah, and those are the plays where Alexandria is able to pick off or create a turnover, and then you're in 2-on-0. But great job. I didn't see it was
Grady Olson.
Grady Olson had so much patience there to hold as that defender went down to take away the passing lane. Waited to clear him and then fed over to Klimek. What a great play.
Yeah, so Alexandria pounces on the Elks turnover to score the tying goal, and it will be a second today for Owen Klimek, the sophomore. He now has 3 goals this year. Grady Olson with the lone assist. That gives him 4 helpers on the year, and we're back square once again. Alexandria 2, Elk River 2. Now the Elks look to fire, and Owen Bruder will make the save on the attempt by Luke Hill.
Yeah, good. I mean, it hasn't necessarily even been the start that you want, but the result's been better with Alexandria putting a couple of, their shot per goal average right now is pretty good.
Yes, the conversion rate is solid at this point, I believe, about either 40% or 50%. I know Justin Rube is the official scorer here, and he's tabulating the shots across the way. Now Alexandria comes up. Oh my, a nice centering pass out front, but just a hair behind Aaron Anderson, but now he'll track the puck down. He fires a little bit wide, and it's going to be kept in by Rogan Anderson. He'll play it down low, and now Elk River regains possession of the puck. The Elks will send it up the ice, and I think it got tipped actually into the penalty box area. And so play will be stopped with almost 5 minutes gone in this second period. Each team scored once in the opening period. Each team has scored once in the second, so we're deadlocked at 2. The Brody Berg, Evan Klimek, Bennett Waldorf forward line is on the ice. Brolin McPhail and Will Draper are the 2 defensemen out there. The the Elk River Elks, I should say, counter with the Tommy Olson forward line with Kane Christensen and Thomas McDonald. And then your D partners on the ice include Grant Schauer and Rylan Hansen. Now the faceoff will come outside of the Elk River blue line, and the Elks do come away with the draw. Here is Rylan Hansen sending one up ahead. Gets redirected here by Brolin McPhail. He'll drop it off to Evan Klimek, now to Waldorf. Waldorf will send it in. It takes a bounce off the back wall. Now a battle for possession. Brody Berg and Bennett Waldorf battling for it along with a couple of Elk River players. And now the Elks do regain control. They'll send it. McDonald will go with the diagonal pass. That gets intercepted at neutral ice, and now it's going to be Kane Christensen sending one into the Alexandria end. 5.5 minutes into this second period. Tied at 2, not anymore, as Elk River is going to go in front. As I think a shot may have hit the right goal post and then caromed into the net. And Elk River has retaken the lead. It is now the Elks 3, the Alexandria Cardinals 2.
Yeah, this is the run and gun style of Section 8 AA, because as quickly as things can turn around for you, those teams are going to go right at you, bring it back at you, and have some success themselves. So Alexandria, it's going to be playing, basically the whole entire game, having to just really struggle through it.
And I think that may have been a notable goal for the sophomore Logan Dahlberg. I think the puck got tossed out of play, and it may be the first varsity goal for Logan Dahlberg. So
there you go.
Notable for him, unfortunate for Alexandria, because the Cardinals are now in a 1-goal deficit again. So plenty of time, though. 11 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the second. Grady Olson, Will Thornburg, Owen Klimek, forward line on the ice for Alexandria, joined by Nick Schultz and Connor Wang. Now the puck up to neutral ice and played back in by Elk River. The Elks need to clear the zone and finally do.
Schultz is without a stick too right now.
Yes, I see that. So now Will Thornburg trying to carry it as, I believe the stick may have busted there. So now it's back into the Elk River end. We've got that random stick handle that's surfacing on the ice, and now the Cardinals are going to chip the puck the other way, and I think icing ends up getting waved off there. So Elk River will regain control. And now one of the officials picks up that stick, and Alexandria will look to get the puck out of its own zone. Here is Connor Wang sending one up toward Rogan Anderson, and now up ahead into the offensive zone. Working in, the Cardinals try to work it around, but a puck gets chipped out. Now Elk River's Luke Petra trying to go the other way, and now he takes a tumble, and I think we're going to have a penalty coming up on Alexandria. The Cardinals are about to go shorthanded for the first time today.
And as we heard earlier, this is a very potent power play that Elk River will come out with.
Yeah,
44% is really good.
This will be a tripping call that's going to send Miles Breitzman to the penalty box for the Alexandria Cardinals. So to start penalty kill, you'll have Aiden Schneiderhan and Nick Schultz on the ice, joined by forwards Owen Klimek and Brody Berg. Elk River will start the power play with Tristan Creech along with Logan Rusted. We got defenseman Joe Kotzian and Rylan Hansen, and they're going to score. Boy, that didn't take very long for Elk River to add to the lead. And it is now a 4-2 lead for Elk River, just 6 seconds into the power play.
Okay, I knew it was good. I didn't know it was that good.
Yeah, we didn't expect it to come that quickly.
In DeBruder's defense, that was a little bit, he didn't have a real clear look at it, but he seemed to know the general area that puck was going, and it just beat him.
Joe Kotzian will get credit for the power play goal. It is his 4th of the year. 2 assists, including 1 for Luke Petra and 1 for Rylan Hansen. Hansen has now assisted on 2 of the 4 Elk River goals today. And the Elks now have a 4-2 lead. So Alexandria's Miles Breitzman only serves 6 seconds of penalty time, and now Elk River is going to get another opportunity and a conversion as well. And unfortunately for Alexandria, this starts to resemble a little bit of what happened early in the third period Thursday night against Sartell. It's raining goals against the Cardinals.
Yeah, and a 2-on-1 like that, it sets you up for a really high success for the Elks. And Bruder did what he needed to do to get over there, but it almost looked like it kind of took him a little bit by surprise of where the puck was, because he kind of sprawled out for it and just beat him. But Alexandria needs to just do a little bit better job at not giving up odd man rushes and stay out of the box here.
Carter Millis will get credit for the Elk River goal, as an even strength goal at 7:41 of the second period. 2 assists, Will Jensen getting 1 and Blake Rafferty the other. And that's 3 unanswered goals for Elk River, basically coming in about 2 full minutes of game time. Scores at 5:44, 7:18, and 7:41. And All of a sudden, this one has taken a not-so-rosy tone for the Alexandria Cardinals as they trail 5-2. Now Alexandria breaks out of the zone. Here comes Grady Olson up the left side. He'll send it to Owen Klemick, who will backhand into the direction of Will Thornburg. Centering pass got steered away. Now Connor Wang looks to fire. That one got blocked, and Elk River will look to play it out. We're now midway through this hockey game, under 8.5 minutes remaining in the second period, and Elk River's winning the period right now. 4 goals for the Elks compared to 1 for Alexandria, and that has Elk River leading 5-2. Now the Elks go back to work the puck out of their own end. Luke Hill sending it up, and now we've got a puck that leaves out of the rink, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Elk River zone.
You know, D-Mac, it's just the energy that those couple of goals give you. It can deflate a team, and it's really, really important for Alexandria to don't look at this as a 3-goal deficit right now. Just get 1.
Right, yep, and take that goal and then build some momentum off the goal. You know,
there's a lot of game left.
Yeah, under 8 minutes to go now in the second period, and now here's Elk River sending a pass toward Owen Bruder. I think Thomas McDonald put one on Bruder, and the save is made. I think Owen Bruder now up north of 20 saves on the afternoon. Harlan Ream battles for the draw against Kane Christensen. Here's a shot that gets blocked by Aaron Anderson. Now the Elks will work it back into the offensive zone. 5-2 Elk River in front. We are in the second period with 7.5 minutes to go. Now Elk River regains control. Here's McDonald working in. His shot kicked away by Bruder. Now a rebound, and working the other way is Miles Breitzman. The goaltender Jack Stimmick gets out of the net here and tries to steer the pass to one of his teammates, but now Brody Berg trying to handle here for Alexandria. Elk River will cycle it over toward the right half wall and back out. Now working the other way, Jake Jacobson has his shot, and it's a glove save for the goaltender Owen Bruder.
And you have to talk about, you know, what the action that Bruder has seen. He's faced a game's worth of shots in a period and a half. You know, so Alexandria just needs to give him a little help here.
Face-off is going to be won by the Alexandria Cardinals here. Aiden Schneiderhan will send it over toward Brody Berg. Berg plays it out of the zone, but again, Elk River will intercept before center ice, and it's steered back in by Luke Hill. 5-2 for Elk River, and now we're going to have a penalty coming up here. Second infraction of the game. Let's see.
I think this one might be Elk River. Nah.
Schneiderhan and Jacobson were battling along the wall, and looks like Jake Jacobson is going to go off, and this will be
a kneeing.
I have not seen too many kneeing penalties being called, but there's one here. 10:23 of the second period. So Alexandria has its first power play of the game. So the Cardinals will start the power play with Will Thornburg, Grady Olson, Evan Klemick, Brody Berg, and Connor Wang on the ice. Elk River among the players for penalty kill, Logan Rustad. 3 others on the ice right now for Elk River. Tristan Creech, also the other forward out there. Luke Hill, one defenseman, getting some time on the PK here for Elk River. Puck gets played out of the zone by the Elks. Joe Kotzian is that other defenseman for Elk River. Will Thornburg now trying to work his way through. Slips past one defenseman, now tries to feed the puck. Now it comes back out. Connor Wang will send it to Grady Olson. His crossing pass intended for Evan Klemick gets intercepted here by Rustad, and he'll drop it back into the Alexandria end. We go under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. It is Elk River leading Alexandria 5-2 in boys hockey. Here's a pass over into the right corner by the Cardinals. Owen Klemick trying to track it. Now it goes out to Connor Wang. Now to Thornburg, then it comes across, then back to the point. Wang will fire, and that one goes a little bit wide. Rebound over into the left corner. Grady Olson trying to control. Now digging for it here, Owen Klimek. Then it goes along the left wall to Wang. Over to Will Thornburg. Thornburg fires on goal. Save made there by Stimmich. Now Elk River will play the puck back the other way. Cardinals have about 30 seconds remaining on their power play. We're about to move under 5 minutes. Time remaining, second period in boys hockey. Elk River leads at Alexandria by a score of 5-2. Now the puck passed in, and Elk River will clear it back the other way. Owen Bruder will slow it up, and now Elk River has a player coming to bother Bruder, and the puck over into the left corner. But again, this will stifle Alexandria just a bit on a breakout attempt, but now it does come through. Miles Brightsman trying to spin away from a defender. Elk River intercepts, plays the puck up to the blue line. Now the Cardinals get back, touch up after getting onside. Now the Elks will set it off, and here's a pass that comes through, trying to connect with Rusted. Scramble in front as the teams are back at full strength. Now we've got a whistle here, and I don't know if we had some players mixing it up. As
looks like the net could possibly be off too. I'm not sure what they're doing here. If they're going to call them both.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we don't have coincidentals for some roughing here. It looks like Aiden Schneiderhan is going off for Alexandria. And evidently cross-checking, I believe, the call on Tristan Creech of Elk River and Aiden Schneiderhan of Alexandria.
Looks like we're going to stay 5-on-5.
Yep. So 5-on-5 hockey, and 12:46 will be the time of the second period. Coincidental minor penalties. So now Elk River works the puck back into the Alexandria zone. The Elks have a 4-goal period in progress right now. Here is a shot by Blake Rafferty that got saved by Owen Bruder. Now the puck along the left wall. Brody Berg trying to feed it ahead. Now it's going to be taken here. Brolin McPhail sends it around over toward his teammate Will Draper, and now it's going to be played back down low by Elk River. Now the Cardinals regain control. Here is Evan Klimek sending it to Bennett Waldorf. Waldorf got met along the wall in neutral ice. Now it's going to be played the other way. Elk River coming in. A shot. Oh my, no, it's a pass. Will Jansen sent it across to Thomas McDonald, and McDonald gets the finish, and Elk River now has a 6-2 lead.
It really was a 3-on-1 that turned into a 2-on-0, which is, I mean, the odds of Bruder being successful in a 2-on-0 are very slim.
13:40 will be the time of the second period goal, and McDonald is going to get the finish. Will Jansen will get the assist. So Jansen has a two-point game going. McDonald had an assist earlier, so he's got a 2-point game going for McDonald. The senior forward, it is his second goal of the year. So Elk River really handling Alexandria in this second period. Now a 5-1 margin in this frame alone, giving the Elks a 6-2 lead. Now the puck played back into the Alexandria end, and Elk River will turn it over. Now Owen Klimek has it. He's going to skate along the wall, trying to feed it toward Grady Olson, but that got intercepted. Now the puck played the other way. Elk River will work in. It's a 2-on-4 situation here, and a shot by Tommy Olson went off the side of the net. Now Alexandria regains control. Chip pass ahead back through neutral ice, taken by Grant Schauer of the Elks. 2.5 minutes remaining in the second period. It's been a period dominated by the visitors. Elk River leading by a score of 6-2 over the Alexandria Cardinals. Dave McClurgan, Jeff James bringing you our play-by-play of high school boys hockey. We've got another penalty coming up, and I think the Alexandria Cardinals are about to go shorthanded, and that is not a good deal.
Yeah, it's going to be, is it Ream, I think, is going to go here?
Yep, Harlan Ream will be going off at 14:56.
And on a lighter note, that's $900 worth of sticks that have been broken already today.
Yeah, that's, boy, the cash register will be ringing at the equipment store here, I think. So, let's see. 14:56 will be the time of the penalty. I believe it's going to be a roughing call on Ream. So Alexandria tasked with trying to kill off a penalty. Elk River 1 for 1 with the power play today. They'll start with Joe Kotzian, Luke Petra, and Rylan Hansen on the ice. I think Tristan Creech and Logan Rustad will be out there as well. Alexandria for penalty kill will have Aiden Schneiderhan, Captain Nick Schultz, Captain Brody Berg, and Miles Breitzman will be on the ice. Off the face-off, Elk River controls the draw. Now it's played along the left wall here. Kotzian getting it out top. Now it's to Rylan Hansen over to the right side. Now a one-timer, and a save is made here by Bruder. Boy, Elk River on the power play. It looks like, you know, they're getting the tape-to-tape passes, and you know, a nice blast there. Fortunately, Owen Bruder was able to see it coming his way.
Yeah, it's a pretty power play because they don't waste a lot of passes. They try and get chances as much as they can.
Yep.
Here's
now another
one.
chance here, and the puck squirted away from Bruder. Now it comes back out to the point. Rylan Hansen will send it. A one-timer by Kotzian goes a little bit wide. Elk River controls the rebound. Now another shot going wide by Kotzian, and it's kept in here by Hansen. Rylan Hansen at the point. Now had the puck go off his stick, and Elk River needs to get back on side. The difference between the penalty clock and the game clock is only about 3 seconds. This penalty would expire this period if Alexandria kills off the full 2 minutes. The Cardinals are halfway to doing that as we're about to go under 1 minute remaining in period number 2. Elk River 6, Alexandria 2 in varsity boys hockey. Now the Elks play it up. Uh-oh, we're going to have what we call a boo-boo.
A boo-boo.
The Elks tried the stretch pass with the power play there, and it went behind one of the forwards and went to the other end. So basically, DMAC lingo these days is when a boo-boo takes place on the ice, that means the team on the power play ends up icing the puck, not by design, but by accident. So now we'll have 43 seconds to go in the Elk River power play. Aaron Anderson and Owen Klimek are on the ice for this part of the penalty kill, joined by Connor Wang and Aiden Schneiderhan. Face-off draw, it's going to be Aaron Anderson and Logan Rustad, and the Elks come away with it. Now playing it back in, Rustad has it on the left side, back out to the point for Rylan Hansen. Across, now taking it is Creech, then to Hansen, now over to Kotzian. 20 seconds to go in the Elk River power play. Again, the difference between the power play time remaining and the game clock, about 3 seconds. So if Alexandria kills all the time off, that would mean 3 seconds remaining. Here's a wrist shot, and Petra's shot will be saved by the goaltender Owen Bruder. Now we're down to 7 seconds to go in Elk River's power play. The Cardinals will come back onto the ice. Rogan Anderson and Nick Schultz will be the D partners. You'll have Brody Berg and Owen Klimek coming out onto the ice. Owen Klimek battling for the draw against Tristan Creech. The puck gets cycled around. Now another shot on goal. Save made. Puck over into the left corner. Alexandria kills off Elk River's power play, and the remaining time in the second period expires. So a big second period for Elk River has the Elks in the driver's seat with 17 minutes to go in this one. Be sure to stick around. We're going to take a break. We will enjoy some messages from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage, and then we will return to the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center with the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report after this timeout.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind. Because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Welcome back to the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria, where through 2 periods of our varsity boys hockey matchup, the Alexandria Cardinals are in a deficit right now. Elk River, with a 5-goal explosion in the second period, leads the Cardinals by a score of 6-2. Again, our thanks to Jeremy and the entire team at Eldon's Fresh Foods for bringing you our mid-game report, which we do after the second period of our prep hockey coverage. And Jeff, I think we saw a first period where, Elk River seemed to have a big territorial advantage and, getting the edge in scoring chances. But, Alexandria was a little bit resourceful in their limited scoring opportunities. I thought maybe the second period would be a bit of a carryover of the first period, but then, something similar to what happened 2 nights ago against Sartell. Elk River, once the Elks got the lead, the goal seemed to come pretty fast. And, this time Coach Landon Olson did not take the team's timeout, but it seemed like the score went from 2-2 to 6-2 rather fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those situations where Alexandria just doesn't seem to be playing their best hockey today. I think it's fair to say that. But you have to give the Elks credit, though, too, because the Elks are a very, very good hockey team. And Alexandria now, I think the biggest thing is we just need to pluck away here. I mean, 4 goals is not unheard of in a period, but you're not going to get there with 7 shots scattered over 2 or 6 shots, depending on what the official scoring is. But you're just not going to get there with that effort. So the one thing I'm a tad bit concerned about, and I was wondering, D-Mac, I was going to ask you this. I don't know how many of these guys have played each other maybe in football, but the end of that second period looked more like a couple of big hits in, D-backs coming up and hitting some wide receivers. But, I just hope that this doesn't turn into something where we kind of run to the box a lot here on both sides.
Yeah, it's interesting you point that out because there is a gridiron rivalry between these teams.
Very much so.
Elk River and Alexandria have played each other, I believe, 5 consecutive years, and even meeting in the state championship game a little more than a year ago. I think to answer your question, the ones that I think got the most time on the field, Logan Rusted, and I think Rylan Hansen got a little bit of playing time as well. We saw this when Elk River's boys basketball team came up here. Levi Harris, their terrific quarterback. Unfortunately, he was injured when his team was up in Alexandria, but I think Elk River had a couple of their boys basketball players that played football during the fall. And, you had a situation this year. Elk River's team made it all the way to the state semifinals. So I think Coach Gustafson during the winter was missing a couple of his players early on. Of course, Alexandria got bounced in the quarterfinals much too soon to the Alexandria Cardinal fans' liking and everything. But yeah, I'm sure, for the Elk River players on the ice that played football in the fall who got waxed up here during Alexandria's homecoming by 36 points, they're probably feeling a little bit of revenge here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are things that are probably going to start to happen. We're probably going to be building some rivalries with 8AA. I mean, I guess neither of us know whether or not Alexandria will stay, but usually I would say that once you're up, you usually stay up for a while but that's not Sartell's case.
No, I think Sartell was in 4 years. I think Sauk Rapids Rice, not in hockey, but in some other sports. Sauk Rapids Rice was in the big school class for 2 years. I think we're going to have that situation between Alexandria, Sauk Rapids, and Sartell that they might fluctuate up and down, every 2 years or so. I mean, so who knows if, 2 years from now we're back in Class A, Section 6, or if we stay Double A for a while longer. But, it is what it is. But, we've got Elk River on the schedule here today. Of course, we'll make the return trip down to Elk River next winter and everything. But Alexandria will try to overcome a 4-goal deficit with just limited playing time, 17 minutes to go in the second. The positive news for the Alexandria Cardinals, Owen Klemick, the sophomore, has both of the Alexandria goals. His first one got Alexandria into the lead. And then his second one, just 3:56 into the second period, tied the game up at 2. But then Elk River scored 3 goals in a span of a minute 57 seconds to gain a 5-2 lead. And 6 different players have scored today for the Elks in terms of the goals. Logan Rusted, Tommy Olson, Logan Dahlberg. I believe the goal that he scored to put Elk River on top 3-2 was the first one in his varsity career. Joe Kotzian, Carter Millis, and Thomas McDonald have added scores for Elk River. As JJ pointed out, limited number of scoring opportunities for Alexandria, just 6 official shots on goal. So the Cardinals, 33% success rate in terms of scores to shots. But
keep shooting. Keep shooting.
Yep, that's the old say. You can't score if you don't shoot. Right. But that's Ian Rush was one who kind of put that ingrained in my head over the years. I had the pleasure of working with Coach Rush. 36 shots on goal for Elk River, so the Elks' success rate about 15% right now, 6 out of 36. So 1-1 after one period, and then Elk River won the second 5-1, so it's 6-2 for Elk River with 17 minutes remaining. That is the mid-game report brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Now, on our latent media platforms, we'll enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
We return to Old National Bank Arena inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. Welcome to our broadcast coverage of Alexandria Boys Hockey today. You're listening to it on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Thanks so much for watching our coverage today. We have the live video stream through the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. JP Bolin is our videographer, and he synchronizes so that we can have the radio call included as part of the live video streaming. Our thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of our Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play. That's not only today's hockey coverage, that will include all the hoops coverage we'll have this coming week. We'll have 4 games from Alexandria Area High School from Monday through Saturday of next week, and then the one road trip we'll make for Alexandria Cardinal Wrestling will be down to Minnewaska Area High School. So the road trip will be short, and we'll see a lot of exciting things in the Alexandria Area High School Gymnasium, including another Elk River Alexandria matchup. This will be in girls basketball next Saturday afternoon. The Elks coming up to Alexandria, and that will be a 1:30 varsity game. So again, pregame show around 1 o'clock. And then we'll have our first Saturday swap shop of the new calendar year coming up 2 weeks from today on Saturday, January 24th. Both teams will start the third period at full strength. Again, Elk River in front of Alexandria by a score of 6-2. And the Elks will have on the ice to begin the third period. Joe Kotzian is one of the defensemen. He'll be joined as well by Tristan Creech. Also, we've got, I believe, Luke Patra on the ice. Luke Hill is out there as a defenseman, and Logan Rustad. Alexandria has its forward line of Evan Klemick, Brody Berg, Bennett Waldorf, and then defensive partners Nick Schultz and Connor Wang. The puck is dropped, and Elk River controls the face-off. Long pass goes tipped into the Alexandria end, and now the Cardinals will try to send one off of the wall in neutral ice, and that goes too far. Icing is called, and we'll have a face-off in the Alexandria zone. And Jeff, I just think if somehow Alexandria can find a way to get the next goal, maybe that builds a little momentum. As you point out, you can't get all 4 goals back in one shot. You know, you got to work hard, and hopefully then that next goal is the one that you find.
Yeah, first 5 minutes is important.
So now Alexandria breaks out after the draw. Brody Berg coming up the left side, trying to send a pass toward Evan Klemick. Then it comes back to Berg. Now battle along the wall, and Elk River's Logan Rustad will send the puck over to the right half wall to Joe Kotzian, and then the advancement. And now we're going to have a whistle. I think maybe Elk River might be getting a penalty here. And then we have some additional, I think, jawing going on. Let's see who's going to get the gate here.
I think it's going to be Joseph Kotzen.
Yeah.
Kotzian,
I believe.
Kotzian.
Yeah, so I think he'll be...
A trip, I thought.
Yeah, and that's going to be 44 seconds into the third period.
Or a knee.
This is going to be another knee. A kneeing penalty, so... Geez, I don't think we had 2 knees in all of our high school broadcasts this winter until today. But now Joe Kotzian is off for kneeing at 44 seconds. Aaron Anderson, Owen Klemick on the ice. You got Nick Schultz out there, Miles Breitzman, and I believe Aiden Schneiderhan is your 5th player on the ice for the Cardinals. Here is Breitzman getting to the puck for Alexandria. He's going to fire it down into the corner. For penalty kill, Grant Schauer is on the ice right now. Rylan Hansen also out there for the Elks. They got Blake Rafferty and I think Kane Christensen, although the 2 forwards will now go to the bench. One of the forwards, Tristan Creech, back on the ice, joined by Logan Rustad. Now here's Schneiderhan back, handing one toward the net, requiring the goaltender Jack Stimmick to make the save. Now a shot, save actually blocked. And Evan Klemick gets it now to Berg. Berg firing toward the net, and that got kicked away. Now it's going to be kept in here by the Alexandria Cardinals, so they are getting some scoring chances on this power play opportunity. Hopefully the hard work will pay off with a goal to narrow the gap as Elk River leads by 4, 2 minutes into the third period. Here comes Connor Wang in. He'll drop it off, and now a pass gets intercepted. Broken up here, and a break the other way, and a shot and a goal. Tristan Creech able to knock the puck off of the stick of Evan Klemick, and then it's a race the other way with just a one-on-one, and Creech is going to score the goal. And My, oh my, that is a deflator there as Elk River takes a 7-2 lead.
And he, that's one thing that Tristan Creech really knows how to do. I mean, he knows how to put the puck in the back of the net, and he did it there.
Creech with his 11th goal of the year, coming at the 2:12 mark of the third period. No other assists, and it is a 7-2 Elk River lead. So the Elks have scored in a variety of ways. Only one power play out of 2 attempts today. A shorthanded goal, and now the 5 even strength goals to build the lead to 7. Alexandria still on a power play for a limited number of seconds. Aaron Anderson looks to send a shot toward the net. That got deflected out of play. Face-off coming up in the Elk River zone. So
Alexandria has a little bit more zone time, a few more scoring chances, but you have to take care of the puck, and that's one thing that really kind of bit us in this power play.
Aiden Schneiderhan trying to pass across to Nick Schultz, and it got broken up here by Will Jansen. And now it's going to go back into the Alexandria end as the Elks are back at full strength. The Cardinals will come on with their forward line with Harlan Ream, Grady Olson, and now you're going to have Will Thornburg joining them as well. Roland McPhail and Nick Schultz, your defensive partners on the ice. Here's a shot. I think Schultz able to deflect that. Now Elk River keeps it. It's going to be worked around left side, and now it's along the wall. Defenseman Grant Schauer looking to fire toward the net. That got broken up. Play comes over toward the near wall in the Alexandria end. Grady Olson trying to do some work along the wall. Blake Rafferty there for the Elk River Elks. Now the puck squirts out of the zone, back to neutral ice. Schauer will go track it down. Schauer and Joe Kotzian are the defensive partners on the ice. Carter Millis forward line on the ice with Blake Rafferty and Will Jansen, but I think that's gradually switching here as Thomas McDonald is on the ice getting some shift time. Tommy Olson joins him out there, and Kane Christensen now getting some time. Here's a shot blocked by Alexandria. Now it's going to be cycled around, and here's an outlet pass. Evan Klimek will send it up ahead to Will Thornburg, who will drop it in. And now Ryland Hansen comes away with it here for Elk River. 7-2, the Elks have the lead. We are in the third period. The visitors have scored the last 5 in today's game. Here's a centering pass broken up here by Will Draper for Alexandria. Now up in neutral ice. Here comes Evan Klimek handling it. We're trying to weave his way through, but his stick got tied up. Now a challenge here is, I think Bennett Waldorf sent Kane Christensen to the ice there, battling for possession. Now it's back behind the net, and now Aaron Anderson trying to gain possession, and I think we're going to have an Alexandria penalty coming up. That's going to put the Cardinals short-handed here, almost 5 minutes into this third period.
Yeah, not ideal situation here, because you get that one more, obviously Alexandria was able to kill off the last power or penalty that they had, but you get them into this situation, and that puts us into a little bit of the running time, and we don't. That's not the recipe for building a little bit of comeback here.
Right. So Elk River with the power play, and the Elks control the draw off the opening face-off. Out top, it's Ryland Hansen with it, and then it comes across, and the puck gets tipped in. I think Kotzian took the shot, but it may have been deflected in. So again, Elk River scores quickly on the power play, just 8 seconds into this player advantage, and now we will move into the running time, as it is an 8-2 lead for the Elk River Zimmerman Elks. And Kotzian will get credit for the goal. Ryland Hansen and Luke Petra will get the assists. And for Joe Kotzian, the defenseman, it's a 2-goal game today. And it is now an 8-2 Elk River lead here in the third period. Ryland Hansen, 3 helpers on the afternoon for Elk River. Now we'll come back the other way. Alexandria playing the puck into the Elk River zone. And now the Elks will look to break it out. And I think this is going to be a pass that gets tipped in. And Alexandria will try to bring it out of the zone. An Elk River player goes down as play will continue on. Here is Isaac Bruder now getting some time on the ice here, joined by Grady Olson and
I saw Reed
Owen
Putnam
Clement
was out there too.
Yep. So Coach Landon Olson going a little bit deeper on the bench here, bringing in some of those fourth line players. Will Thornburg sends the pass over to Roland McPhail. McPhail will look to fire. That one tipped away as the shot on goal there. As I believe goaltender Jack Stimmick now up to about 10 saves today. Another shot into traffic that got deflected. Now Luke Hill will try to play it along the wall, and it's going to go to the other end, and icing is called. Again, with a 6-goal separation between the teams, it is mercy rule, meaning that time will not stop unless you have a goal scored. And then I believe in the JV time JV game where we had some running time as well, if a penalty got called, the clock stopped until the player was in the penalty box. So now Elk River with a comfortable lead. Will Jansen working the puck back the other way, and now it's going to be played along the wall. The Cardinals regain control. Here's a pass that goes over toward Grady Olson. Grady Olson, Owen Klimek, Will Thornburg, your 3 forwards on the ice right now. Defenseman Connor Wang and Nick Schultz out there as well. And the last line of defense is junior goaltender Owen Bruder, he says. Now Brody Berg has the puck, looking to work it ahead, but it's off his stick and redirected the other way by Elk River Zimmerman. 8-2, the Elks have the lead. We're now 8 minutes into the final period. Here is Evan Klimek going down low, and his shot steered away. Now Evan gets it back, works his way out to the high slot area. Now looking to play the puck off. Elk River now bothering, and the Elks will look to break out. And coming the other way is Thomas McDonald for Elk River. And now he sends it to Kane Christensen, and then wrist shot. Save made there by the goaltender Owen Bruder. Now the Cardinals will play it back the other way, and we're going to have icing called. Again, no stoppage on the clock here with the mercy rule in effect. This was actually a 2-2 hockey game about 4 minutes into the second, and it's been all Elk River Zimmerman since. The Elks with an 8-2 lead.
Yeah, it's just the way AA hockey works, right?
Yeah.
It's you got to bring it every shift of the game.
Yeah, and I think Elk River, although they don't have a lot of scoring depth, they've got very capable players that they can use on their second, third, and even fourth lines. And, Ben Gustafson has been able to use players on his fourth line during the course of the game here. So the Elk River boys hockey team works the puck back into the Alexandria zone, centering pass, and a one-timer steered away by Owen Bruder there. Bruder's faced a lot of shots today. He's up around 30 saves for the afternoon. Elk River Zimmerman playing the puck. Joe Kotzian has his shot saved. Rusted jabbing at it, and that's going to be cleared away. And now another shot that's going to go a little bit wide. Now Alexandria's Aaron Anderson will carry the puck up to the Elk River blue line. It gets redirected, and now here comes Will Draper in, and he had the puck tipped off his stick. And it's going to be redirected by the Elks, and now we're going to have a stoppage here. I think icing was the call, and we'll go back the other way. Under 7 minutes remaining in this hockey game. Elk River 8, Alexandria 2. Our scoreboard updates today being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Grady Olson will battle for the draw, and he wins the face-off. That leads to a shot for Will Thornburg, and the save is made by Jack Stemmick. Now the puck is going to be played out of the zone. Here comes Logan Dahlberg up the other way. Sends his shot attempt a little bit wide, and now the puck out to the point. Rylan Hansen sends one on net. Owen Bruder with the save there. Alexandria regains control. The puck squirts across the blue line, back out into neutral ice. Olin Seelar is now getting some time on the ice for Elk River. In fact, he's the one possessing the puck, and he'll send it back in. Jake Jacobson getting some shift time as well. I think Owen Seelar would be the 13th forward that Coach Gustafson has available for this game. So he gets a shift or two here as Elk River Zimmerman is in the process of closing this one out. Off the face-off, shot attempt got deflected here, and Alexandria will send it the other way. The Cardinals, Isaac Bruder and Weston Nyberg, I think, are getting some ice time right now. Now the puck steered back behind the net. And I think we also have Reed Putnam getting some ice time for the Alexandria Cardinals. Nick Schultz and Connor Wang out there for Alexandria. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. Elk River Zimmerman leads Alexandria in varsity boys hockey by the count of 8-2. Now the Elks will send the puck the other way, and we're going to have a stoppage here for icing.
Yeah, it just seems, it seems kind of like now almost both teams are a little bit going through the motions. The result is probably all but in the books, and you just see that clock a ticking, and it's kind of deflating if you're wearing a white sweater today.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Really back-to-back games that have gone against you, and Sartell did much of its damage in period 3 the other night. Here it was the second period where the game kind of got away from Alexandria, and the Cardinals will be falling to 5-7 once this game is complete. Now Connor Wang will carry it into the Elk River end. Brody Berg trying to work for the puck. He is battling with Elk River's Michael Jackson, I believe, and Jackson goes down, and we're going to have a penalty here. Don't know if this is going to be on Alexandria, but yep, it will be a penalty, and I think it's going to be
Aiden
Schneiderhan off at 13-16. So
referees are talking whether this is going to be a 5, but I think it's just going to be 2 for roughing here.
Yep. So as if we weren't already aware of how good the Elks power play is, one more chance to expose. Elk River has scored 2 power play goals this afternoon, 6 seconds into a power play and 8 seconds into a power play. Now the puck gets cycled around. Elk River is going to keep it in. Now here's a shot and a blocker save there for the goaltender, Owen Bruder. Luke Hill taking that shot. Hill's on the ice along with Grant Schauer. We've also got Tommy Olson, Owen Seelar with some shift time here. And I think it might be Logan Rustad as that third forward. Nope, I'm sorry. It's Will Jansen as the third forward for Elk River. Jansen with the puck. It comes back out top to Grant Schauer. Now another shot and a save made as Tommy Olson pulled the trigger. Alexandria will have for penalty kill now Rogan Anderson and Nick Schultz, joined by forwards Owen Klemick and Brody Berg. Again, the penalty time and the game clock moving quickly here with Elk River possessing a 6-goal lead at 8-2. Puck kept in, and now did we have a delayed offside whistle here?
I think so.
Yep, so the face-off will come up in neutral ice. That might be the most deliberate offside call I've seen throughout the winter so far.
Right.
Maybe, I'm kind of feeling maybe a little bit of the way that maybe the players and the officials, I mean, we're trying to give it our best effort, but just kind of like one of those going through the motions feelings here. I'm sorry. I wish I could bring more jazz to the party here, but it's an 8-2 game. I mean, obviously not the outcome that the Alexandria Cardinals strive for. They'll have the opportunity to get back into conference play on Tuesday night. They get to renew their annual rivalry with the Fergus Falls Otters. First of 2 meetings coming up on Tuesday. Aiden Schneiderhan out of the penalty box, so the Cardinals back to full strength. Elk River now 2 for 4 on its power play opportunities today. The Elks came in right around 44% success rate with the player advantage, so they'll have those overall percentages go up slightly today. Down to 80 seconds to go in the hockey game. Elk River Zimmerman 8, Alexandria 2. Here's Owen Seelar working a pass ahead that gets intercepted. Played the other way here by Nick Schultz. Now to Harlan Ream, and then Ream stumbled a little bit. Elk River trying to get the puck out of the zone. Now it's going to be played across. Oh my, Ream right on the doorstep there. Got a nice feed from Aaron Anderson. And now we're going to have another whistle for a penalty coming up in the final minute of the game. I did not see what was happening. It seemed like it was up near the neutral ice area. And we're waiting to see if indeed, I think Carlin Ream doesn't have to get the gate here. He'll just go to the locker room, and I think he's going to get, is it a 5-minute slashing penalty?
5, yeah.
So a major penalty there.
So I think that might even mean, though, that I'm not positive, but it might mean that Ream might not be available for
Fergus Falls on Tuesday night.
Depending if they do a game misconduct on the end of that. They might not, but.
All right, so a major for slashing. So over the last 40.4 seconds of the game, Elk River has unlimited goal scoring chances. It doesn't stop at just 1 goal, but hopefully the time will expire and we can put this one to bed accordingly. We do invite you to stick around. We'll have our Jottner Motors post-game report coming up following the play-by-play. And I'll have the opportunity to head downstairs, hopefully have the chance to connect.
They're just going to let it run out here, D-Mac.
Oh, okay. So they'll begin the post-game handshakes for the Elk River players, who will gather around Jack Stemick, and consolation for the Alexandria hockey players around goaltender Owen Bruder, who probably deserved a better fate today, but Elk River really got focused over the last 2 periods of this hockey game and put significant distance from their host today, as Elk River goes on to victory by a final score of 8-2. The Elks, the leaders of the Northwest Suburban Conference, now stand at 8-4 overall. Alexandria drops to 5-7 with the defeat. That's going to do it for our play-by-play, but we do invite you to stick around. Moments from now, we will get rolling with our post-game report, brought to you by Jottner Motors of Alexandria. But right now, we'll enjoy these words on our latent media platforms from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community. As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Community Center in Alexandria. The Cardinal Boys Hockey team goes down to defeat as Elk River Zimmerman comes through with an 8-2 victory. Alexandria falling to 5-7 with the defeat. We welcome you back to Alexandria's Prime West Health RCC for our Juntner Motors postgame show. Jeff James will be joining us in our next segment to give us his synopsis of the game. We'll also do a scoreboard recap as well, kind of tabulating what transpired here during this Saturday afternoon matchup. I am DMAC Dave McClurg, and joining me right now is one of the players from the Alexandria Boys Hockey team, Aaron Anderson. Our post-game chat with a Cardinal hockey player being brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can visit anytime online at qualitytoyota.net or visit their showroom the next time you're in Fergus Falls, located on West Lincoln Avenue. Aaron, I'll ask you the jersey number question first of all because of our presenting sponsor. When you do put the jersey sweater on game day, what is your number?
I'm number 10.
And did your older brother Evan also wear jersey number 10?
No, he wore number 21.
Okay, I appreciate the clarification there, but any special significance of having 10 as your jersey sweater number?
Yeah, my dad, when he played, he wore number 10, and I like to carry on the legacy, even though my brother didn't.
Excellent. Aaron, your team has really faced a couple of really good hockey teams to close out the week here. About midway through the season right now, Alexandria has 5 wins in 12 games. What's your read on, the progress that the team has been able to make to this point of the year and, what your level of concern is and maybe what you're feeling good about in spite of the outcome of this game?
Well, I think it's the boys don't really have the grit, and we're working on it as a team, and I think we just need to come to practice, battle, and push each other, all of us, and I think we just need to get back on the track, and we're not concerned. It's hockey. Games go up and down. You never know what happens, but I think we can round up a season and make it a section and make a good push.
Yeah, and as you point out, I know that you want to see you and your teammates demonstrate more grit on the ice. And, in some ways, that's what a regular season is for. You're not going to play perfect hockey in December. You're not going to play perfect hockey in January or maybe even in early February. You really want to probably be playing your best hockey at the end of the year. But this Elk River team, obviously, Elk River on the schedule being that the Cardinals and the Elks are now section opponents. But what impressed you about the opposition today?
Their team, they got a bunch of good guys. They play well, and they just move the puck quick, and it's hard for us to keep up. It's just simple things that we need to do as a team to clean it up, and yeah, that's about it.
We are getting together right now with Aaron Anderson from the Alexandria Boys Hockey team, our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of today's game, as the Elk River Elks defeat the Alexandria Cardinals by a score of 8-2. I know I've had the opportunity to visit, I think, with Evan Klimek and then also Brady Schluter earlier in the year, Aaron, but regarding playing, these teams in Section 8 AA, you had the state champions in your house last month. You've had the opportunity to play some of the other teams that you may end up facing in sections later on. Is the style of competition that you see against these Section 8 AA rivals, is it different from what you saw previously when Alexandria was in Class A Section 6?
No, it's just it's a tougher pool, but I think that does not concern us. We need to play our game, and that's the only thing we need to worry about. We need to play a full, complete 3 periods of hockey, and that's all we should care about.
I know that I believe Elk River head coach Ben Gustafson shared with me ahead of time. He feels that there's a lot of parity in this section, that, Moorhead is still here, but there are a lot of other teams that are capable of winning some playoff games in Section 8 AA. Do you feel that Alexandria could be one of those teams, even if you have to play away from home all throughout the section, that you could string together a good performance or two and maybe make a deep postseason run?
Yeah, I do agree with that. Our section is very open. Anything can happen in hockey. You've seen it before. We can easily pull it together and make it to section finals. Hopefully, probably play the Spuds, but you never know. We can beat every team, and it's a game of hockey.
Aaron, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you a little bit about what happened almost 2 weeks ago when the Cardinals were up in West Fargo for the game against Cheyenne. A real special deal because you got to play in the great outdoors, but what was the whole experience of outdoor hockey like for you?
It was really cool. I'm super thankful that we got invited to go play there. Ice was a little bad, but it's what you expect when it's pretty cold. But, it was a great opportunity for us, and every single one of us enjoyed that. We loved every moment of that.
I would think, staying warm would be a concern, but if you're active on the ice, you're probably, utilizing some energy. Did you have issues with trying to stay warm during the course of that Monday afternoon game?
Not at all. You just got to keep your feet moving, and you get blood flowing. At the end, my toes got a little cold, but nothing to be concerned about. And I wore my normal stuff, no warm stuff underneath.
Interesting. That's a great observation there. If you were presented with the opportunity to play a high school hockey game outdoors again, would you do it?
100%. I would love to.
Very good. Regarding the second half of the season, Aaron, what do you feel are going to be some of the necessary things, essentials, kind of keys to, your team has had some success this year. A 5-7 record would indicate that, but what do you feel has to happen, to maybe notch a few more wins in the last 5-6 weeks of the season?
I think we just got to worry about our own positions and just bring it to practice every day and put games like this in the past and just work at practice, push each other, and get our compete level up. And that's all we can really do.
I know some coaches will talk with me and they'll say, we got to have short-term memory. As a student athlete, do you let games linger on, whether they're good games or not so good games, or do you have enough of a short-term memory that you just focus on what's ahead?
I like to put games in the past, win or lose, blowouts or not. I put it in the past because, there's no point to look back at it. You got to focus on what's ahead of you, because you can beat a good team and you can go play a bad team and get stomped. You can't. It's like, well, I beat this team, but you gotta play forward. You can't play behind you.
Very good. Aaron, I'll talk to you when we get into the break here, but appreciate the time. Good luck against the Fergus Falls Otters on Tuesday night, and we'll look forward to visiting with you down the line.
Thank you so much.
There is Aaron Anderson, forward for the Alexandria Cardinal Boys Hockey team, our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of today's game. This is our post-game report, presented to you by Jutner Motors of Alexandria. Elk River Zimmerman gets the victory by a final score of 8-2. We're going to have more of our post-game coverage when we return to the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center after this timeout.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts, Marine and Outdoors, en Los Enques.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Over 30 beers on tap and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors, your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors, your best price dealer.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
We are back one final time at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria for our Jetner Motors postgame report. Not so good news today for the host Alexandria Cardinals. The Cardinal Boys Hockey team goes down to defeat. Elk River Zimmerman breaks away from a 2-2 tie in the second period, scoring the last 6 goals of the game to prevail by a final of 8-2. 7 different Elk River players found the back of the net, including 2 goals for Joe Kotzian today. We'll go through the scoring recap in just a bit. And Jeff, I don't mean to diminish the outcome here, but there's still a lot of hockey to be played as of yet, and I'm of the belief that in some ways, a loss that is substantially against you is probably easier to put into the rearview mirror than the game where it was tight and you lost on a last-second goal, or the other team nails a shot at the end, to prevail and beat your team by 1 or something like that. Losses like this don't gnaw on a person like myself as the tight game where it could have gone either way. I thought Aaron Anderson, I thought he kind of had the right frame of mind that, just got to work a little bit harder on the ice, show that grit. And I think that will come. I don't think that's just idle verbiage or anything like that. I think this team is capable of giving more and putting in a grittier performance. I think Dr. Landon Olson and Adam Olson and the assistant coaches would like to see that, and I think they expect to see that. And they've got, every one of these regular season games is like an audition. Right. You know, you're trying to build your resume, and this is just a series of auditions. This particular audition didn't go very well for the Alexandria Cardinals today, but yet Tuesday is a different story. You're back into Central Lakes Conference play. Your former section rival and current Central Lakes Conference rival comes up on the schedule. Big audience on hand that night because it's a varsity doubleheader. I think Tuesday will be a different day, but it'll be intriguing to see, you know, how the kids come out on Monday afternoon when they get together for practice before they do get it back onto the ice to play Fergus Falls.
Absolutely. I really like the way Aaron talked about, you know, he didn't say this, but you could feel it. You got to own this loss, right? But forget about it, right? There's not a lot to be gained from this. Own it, be done with it, come out, you know, Tuesday against Fergus Falls and get back on track. Because, you know, that's the great thing about high school hockey is, like you said, we got one practice until we're back at it, till we're back in a game situation. And I like that even more than, you know, having a week off or something or having 3 or 4 days off, because it kind of lingers with you. But these kids, I have no doubt, will just let this one go. Maybe think about it until you get out of the locker room and then put it behind you.
Well, and, you know, in essence, once you get to Tuesday night, that really marks the midpoint of the season. So, again, there's still a lot of avenues for the Cardinals to get better, and you would anticipate they'll get better. I think, you know, everybody on their schedule is probably going to get better. You don't see teams plateau or necessarily slide as you sometimes, if you get illness and injuries and everything like that, it can prevent you from getting to the level that you want to get. But yeah, I think you know, a couple of more home games this week, and then you know, I think you get into a makeup game against River Lakes on Friday next week. So you got a 3-game week ahead, 3-game week after that, 3-game week after that. I think that's going to include an overnight stay up in the Duluth Superior area, because I think at the end of the month, the Cardinals play Proctor, which I believe had the win against Hermantown recently, and then playing Duluth-Denfeld the following day. So, you know, in some ways, having a road trip right there at that part of the season could be a good team bonding exercise, because again, you're with the group for more than just 2 hours at a practice or even 4 or 5 hours on a game day.
Right, it is. It's probably a really good time too, because you're going to be honing things up for sections, because things do get ramped up at that time, right? I mean, it's not like you're just going through the motions and playing the games. I mean, they're important, but when section time comes around, it's everything. And Aaron said it right, too. Anything can happen. You've seen, he said it, you've seen it before. But Alexandria really just needs to continue to do what Aaron said as well. Play their game, take care of what they can take care of, you know, and effort. You know, those types of things are all things that you don't have to be the most skilled person in the world to work hard, you know, and part of that is playing defense. Defense is all about effort, and I think these guys will come back out and they'll right the ship. I think this is a good stretch for them to try and do that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Just a quick scoring recap. Both of the Alexandria Cardinal goals were scored by sophomore Owen Klemick, an unassisted score. Just 80 seconds into the game to put Alexandria in front. And then he scored in the early part of the second period, getting a nice feed from Grady Olson. And that made it a 2-2 game at that juncture. That second Owen Klemick goal was at 3:56 of the second. Elk River's 2 goals to get the Elks scoring started. Logan Rusted at 6:19 from Rylan Hansen and Grant Schauer. Tommy Olson from Luke Hill and Thomas McDonald at 2:24 of the second. And then Owen Klemick tied it up about a minute and a half later. But then the Elks scored 3 goals in less than 2 minutes of game time and put that lead and built on it from there. Logan Dahlberg, the sophomore, getting his first varsity goal at 5:44 of the second with a Tommy Olson assist. Joe Kotzian with his first of 2 goals on the afternoon. That was a power play goal at 7:18. Luke Patro and Rylan Hansen with the assists. And then just 23 seconds after the Kotzian power play score, Carter Millis scored an even strength goal at 7:41. Will Jansen and Blake Rafferty assists. Thomas McDonald at 13:40 of the second, with Will Jansen getting another assist. It was 6-2 Elk River after 2 periods. And then the Elks scored twice in the first 5.5 minutes of the third period to put the game out of reach. Tristan Creech able to score his 11th goal at 2:12. That was when Alexandria was on a power play, and Creech was able to kind of muscle the puck away from Evan Klimek, knocking it off his stick at the blue line, and then he had open ice and only Owen Bruder to beat, and Creech was able to do it. And then Joe Kotzian would score a second power play goal. So he had both of the power play scores today for Elk River. Zimmerman, Kotzian with his 5th goal of the year at 5:03, as Rylan Hansen and Luke Patra had the assists. So Elk River wins by a score of 8-2. The Elks had 8 shots on goal in the third period for a game total of 44. Alexandria put 6 shots on goaltender Jack Stimick in the final period for a game total of 12. Stimick would make 10 saves on the afternoon, and Owen Bruder, the junior goaltender for Alexandria, had his record fall to 3-2 as he made 36 saves in the game. Jeff, I know that you and I will get back together, I believe, after the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, a road trip down to the Granite City for the second of the 2 meetings this year between the Cardinals and the St. Cloud Crush. And in spite of another defeat against a Section 8 AA rival, Alexandria still has 3 more chances to get wins against Section foes. One of those comes up Tuesday night, January 20th, down in St. Cloud. And I get the feeling that Alexandria would love to get a reversal of the outcome up here when St. Cloud built a 4-0 lead after 2 periods, then had to withstand a furious third period comeback.
Right. Yeah, and this is the fun part where we start to get into a little bit more of figuring out who the conference champs are going to be, and then seeding is going to get more ironed out for section tournaments. So the home stretch here is going to be a fun one, D-Mac.
Enjoy the remainder of the weekend, Jeff, and any of the NFL action if you care to follow that. I know I'll probably have my rear end planted in front of an idiot box later on tonight when you've got that NFC North battle down at Soldier Field. But always great to have you on, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, D-Mac. We'll see you later.
There is Jeff James, my broadcast partner for our Alexandria Cardinal hockey coverage in the winter and soccer coverage in the fall. My thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage who helped to bring you today's play-by-play of Alexandria Boys Hockey. Special thanks to Juttner Motors for sponsoring our post-game report. Rexford Sweetwater has been our KXRA radio studio engineer. JP Bolin has been our videographer on site here at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Our next play-by-play will be high school boys basketball Monday night. The first of 3 home games for Alexandria next week against Central Lakes Conference rivals. The first up, Rocori visiting Polycourt at Alexandria Area High School for a 7:15 game. JP will be joining me for the video work, and Russ Henricks will be along for the commentary. We should be getting on the air with the Juttner Motors pregame show around 6:45 on Monday night. We'll follow that up with Alexandria Cardinal Wrestling from Minnewaska area Tuesday night. Alexandria girls basketball with Bemidji this coming Thursday night. Boys basketball with Alexandria hosting Sauk Rapids Rice. The first of the 2 meetings this year between the teams that shared the conference title last year, Alexandria and Sauk Rapids. That will be Friday night. And then next Saturday afternoon, a second consecutive Saturday game featuring Alexandria versus Elk River. But next weekend, it will be girls basketball, Alexandria versus Elk River, with a 1:30 game time at Alexandria Area High School. The JV contest was won by Elk River earlier today, 9-2. Elk River Zimmerman claims victory in the varsity matchup as well by an 8-2 score. For Jeff James, this is DMAC Dave McClurg thanking you for tuning in. Good afternoon from the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria.